What up, bitches? It's your week 2 fantasy recap. Now, it's a little late, I understand that, but you gotta remember, after last week's debacle, I had to fly up to Ohio and console Steve, okay? The smartest man in the room has got the worst fantasy team. I found him at Toledo trying to find a new team to root behind after Zach Smith beat up his fucking wife. He didn't feel it. Next thing you know, he's at Cedar Points trying to unbuckle a seatbelt on a roller coaster. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Come on. Get it together, all right? In the end, it was a fun trip. I had a great time, despite Steve. So I just want to put that out there. But I got a lot done, okay? And unfortunately, when I came back, I was very, very busy. But I'm not leaving you hanging. Week 2 before week 3. Here's your recap. All right. First off, we got to start at the top. We always start at the top, okay? So now, the top of the building, we have the 2-0, now 2-0. New England Patriots, the Pat fans. I know it's pretty lame. It's very basic. But Rob's about his Red Sox, his Tom Brady. I think he has a doll of Tom Brady in his garage that he looks at when he watches the game. That's what I heard. Dave, on the other hand, was coming in hot after getting beat by his brother from another mother. And he felt like he was going to be able to pull off maybe a nostalgic upset.
Chances are you've heard this song before.
You might have heard that song before, but that shit was from 1985, and this is 2018. It was so bad. Cousins had 30 points. Thomas had 30 points. Diggs had 30 points. Gurley had 30 points. I think even freaking Rob went out there and got 15 on a slant route. 207 points. Tops in the league. Took over first place. Dave, with his Elijah Beer name, I guess. That's what he showed us the picture. I like Elijah, I guess. I don't know. I like Elias. I'd rather roll with Elias. Give me a guitar. Give me some good music. Not that 85 Super Bowl shuffle shit. Let me point out one thing in this game. Dave had 156 points. Respectable. It's not bad. Okay? You're not going to win with 156, apparently. We're learning quickly in this league after 2 weeks. But 100 points. This is my Stephen A. Smith moment. 100 points. You left 100 points on your bench. So 5 guys got 100 points. And you lost by 50. Just some food for thought. And as far as Stephen A. Smith, yeah, I don't like him. All right. So, Pats moved to 2-0. Dave goes 0-2. And for whatever reason, with the funky scheduling, we got to play each other again. Sorry about your luck, Dave. Our next matchup, a couple of old friends. When I met this guy, he was VI. Then he was CK. Apparently now he's back to VI because he changed the team name. I like it. I like the avatar. I think that's what they call these things. All right. But what I don't like is that you're 0-2. Okay. The good thing is you're not far from the playoff race. All right. It's still early. And what can you say? Pat Mahomes, man. Whew, that guy's a stud. Man, who drafted him? Oh, that's right. The Bullseye Gangsters. They did. They drafted him. I think CK's problem was he tried to use my old defense. You can't rock the Ravens jersey, dude. It's not going to happen. They got you negative 3 points. 144 is but there's room for improvement, and I'm sure you have Steve and Dave on your schedule, so things will get better. Things will get better. Gangster, 2-0. VI, well, they're still searching for a home. Next up, in our recap, we go to Ohio. That's right, we went to Ohio. Now remember, I said I was back late, okay? I was back late with this recap and being in Ohio because I gotta get my Bud Light. Congratulations, Cleveland Browns. Cheers. Let me have some. That's a good beer. Now, Steve has all kinds of problems. He's got McCoy, who beats up girls and struggles to score points. He gets 118 points, lowest in the league. His point total is the lowest in the league. And he plays Lou, who uses Chicago's defense like they were the 85 Bears, gets 18 points. Stafford, Rivers, 22 points each. And he cruises 164 to 118. It was so bad that at halftime, Vontae Davis left Steve's locker room and said, I am out of here. This team sucks. But that's okay. That's okay. I know Steve is going to make moves. He's going to make a lot of moves. And when he does, don't worry, Steve. I got a Bud Light. We're going to crack this open when Steve gets his first win. It might be today, after week 3. It might be next week. It might be next year. But whenever it is, Steve, this Bud Light will remain cold and ready for your first victory. The fucking fucks go to 1-1. Scuba Steve, Steve the pilot, smartest man in the room, 0-2. Last place. Fix it. By the way, you might have noticed just now, if you're really paying attention, that my fingernail looks like it was painted. Just want to point out, it's not painted. I broke it about a month ago, so all good. Just want to point that out. Because the commish doesn't do the nail polish. No. No. All right. Now, our next matchup pits the Gypsy Circus and his band of brothers. Band of Brothers? That's not a good name. Good play on name. Against Brandon. Now, if you remember correctly, Brandon was the GM of his father's team, and he was booted. He got kicked like a football. Australian rule style, maybe. But, you know, Brandon, he took it bad. He took it hard. It was tough on him at first, okay? And I'll play a little tidbit of how it went down when he was, you know, at his lowest point before he was a team owner.
I wanted to run out of that tunnel for my dad. To prove to everyone that I worked...
what?
That I was somebody.
Oh, you are so full of crap. You're 5 feet nothing, 100 and nothing, and you got hardly a speck of athletic ability. And you hung in with the best college football team in the land for 2 years. And you're also going to walk out of here with a degree from the University of Notre Dame. In this lifetime, you don't have to prove nothing to nobody except yourself. And after what you've gone through, if you haven't done that by now, it ain't gonna never happen.
Now, it's true. I mean, look in our league. Exception of maybe one person, we're all 5 foot nothing, 100 and nothing. If you're in the twos, well then you're just fat. Okay, let's just be real. 5 foot, you shouldn't be 200 pounds. This kid went from fired from his GM job to playing football at Florida Tech. Congratulations, freshman. To now being an owner in the most prestigious fantasy football league in the world. Can't argue with that. He overcame that. We all have our moments, we have our low points, but hey, we gotta pick ourselves up, dust ourselves off, and get back in the fight. No, I'm not gonna play you a Rocky clip, okay? So relax, all you Italians, if there's one in here. That being said, he went up against Gypsy Circus, who squeaked out a win against his rival, fucking fucks Lou, TGL, Mark Garland. More nicknames than Ric Flair. Or is that Brian? Or is it everybody? Who the fuck knows? Now, this was a back and forth affair. But if you remember correctly, when we did the draft, David Bellows, with his fucked up team name and his 85 Bears shuffle, drafted the Los Angeles defense. Not the right defense. I thought he picked the Clippers, but it was the Chargers. And it was even worse than the Clippers, because at least the Clippers played some defense back in the day. Well, guess what? Brandon, the new owner, picks the Rams. Shutout City, 27 points. Gypsy Circus goes down 184 to 178. 6 points. 6 points. And he'll kick himself because he has 3 tight ends, couldn't figure out which one to start. And if he would have started Jimmy Graham from where? Where's Jimmy Graham from? I don't know. I don't know where Jimmy Graham is from. Does anybody know where Jimmy Graham's from? Jimmy Graham, where's he from? I know Brandon knows where he's from because he met him. He met him. I think he has a picture with him. Jimmy Graham went to that school. I don't know. Oh, that's right. He went to Miami. But he sat on Mike's bench. Mike pulled a Willie Taggart, and it didn't work out. So, because of that, Brandon, the new kid on the block, and I'm not going to play that song, is 2-0. Gypsy goes to 1-1. Karma goes back and forth. He wins a close one. He loses a close one. Now, we are at our last matchup. Oh my God. Where is Kevin Hart when you need him? Because this game went sideways fast. Okay? Now, after last week's loss to his own son, in his own stadium, his own house, the chants were heard all over, not only social media, Twitter, that's social media, but in the stadium, in his own house, on his own street, at his own dojo, everywhere we went. Brian, they call me Bruce, the Last Dragon, Johnny, Bruce Leroy, heard this chanting everywhere he went. I felt so bad, so bad, that I personally felt like I needed to go up to Miyagi, go up to Brian, and console him. I didn't know what the fuck to say. He was distraught. He was destroyed. As you can see, the tears were flowing. This is a Miyagi I had never seen before. And I was just at a loss for words. As the commissioner of this league, there's only so much I can do. And then you come in with this big, bad, defending champ. Took out Scuba Steve in the finals last year. Destroyed him in week 1. This monster from Syracuse, the dude came in looking like a black Brock Lesnar.
Bow down to your master. Yeah, Cooley. Kiss my Converse.
Holy shit. Kevin came in hard at Miyagi. Miyagi was down. Miyagi was out. And when you thought, hey, this is it, Miyagi summoned that inner strength that only Miyagi knows. We all want to know what it is. Is it the kimchi? Is it the shrimp fried rice? We don't know. But somehow he knows.
Who is the master? There is one place that you have not looked, and it is there, only there that you shall find the master.
You sure look like a master to me.
All right, Leroy. Who's the one and only master? There we go.
And before you knew it, Kevin was so thrown off, so discombobulated, that's your dictionary word for today, that he had 2 zeros in his lineup. Fournette didn't even play. Left him in the lineup. His kicker was out. He left him in there. He played the ultimate mind game on Kevin. And the Converse weren't kissed. He should have wore his Adidas like he did the week before. Brian got 41 from Ben and 31 from Juju. He had 8 players with double digits. That's 10 points or more. 200 points to 95. He beat him by 105 points. 105 points. Anybody remembers the 100? Well, that would be Dave. He left 100 points on the bench. Steve only scored 118. So Dave would almost beat Steve with just his bench. But in the end, Miyagi recovered. All right? He recovered from his ass whooping at his son's hands. Came back, showed who's the master, left a message for everybody to don't fuck with me. He's Bruce Leroy. He's the last dragon. And he won. Congratulations to Cleveland, to Brian, to the gangsters of the pool, to the gypsy rolling around in California, to the bald Pats fan with his Brady doll. And of course, to Mark TGL. That's your recap. That's right. I forgot you on purpose there. 5'0", 100 and nothing. But you know you did good.